In this video, I'm going to share with you all about the Expert Secrets book by Russell Brunson. I'm going to share with you why I read it 3 different times and what my favorite secret was that was revealed inside of this book. The Expert Secrets book is a good book.
Really good.
In fact, I would say that it's one of the best influencer books that I've ever read. I've read it multiple times. And when I say read it multiple times, I mean I've had it read to me through my Audible account in the shower. I carry around the physical book so I can take notes in it. And I even have it on my Kindle. And I think it's cool to have different versions of the book because no matter where you are, you know, whether you're driving to work, you can be hearing it in your car, or you're at work, or you're at home, you can read it and pick up right where you left off. And I think that's a great way to consume content. So I was able to go through it multiple times. In fact, I think at least 3 times I've read the book. I'll get to that in a little bit. But the book really talks about how to find your message, how to build a tribe, and change the world. So that's a quote directly from the book. But essentially, you learn the process of narrowing down your message to your audience and then getting them not only to like you, but to see you as a solution to their problem, which ultimately is going to result in many sales. I highly recommend you read this book more than once. And the reason for that is you might read it when you first get started in your business, in your online venture, and you don't necessarily have all the pieces in place to implement everything that you're learning inside of the book. So not only when you read something more than once, you might hear something different a second time that you missed the first time, but also as you go along in your career, as you go along in your journey and you get more things accomplished, you can now implement different things inside of the book that you couldn't implement the first go around, the first read. The reason that's so powerful is reading a book is one thing, but actually implementing it in your business is where you're going to see the results of that book. Now, my big takeaway from this book is that it teaches you how to create a message and how to create a following. I think a big part of the reason of how Russell Brunson built such a massive following is right inside of this book. I mean, it's revealed. And I can't really summarize simply because, I mean, look how thick it is, and it's got like all these different pictures and images and stuff like that. But if I were to try to summarize it, I would say that this book is going to share with you how to create a culture and how to really stand out from the crowd. So it talks a lot about how, like, why people follow somebody or why people follow something. And part of it is that you're, as an expert, you don't necessarily have to be the expert on the topic. You could just be ahead of the audience that you're teaching, right? So you don't necessarily have to be the best of the best, but just know more than those that are following you or that are going to be attracted to you. And a big part of it is that when you find the pain points inside of your audience and you could speak to that from your heart, you could say, you know, I was there, I was experiencing the same problem that you're experiencing, and you talk about those pain points, and then you could talk about how you've got the solution. And when you talk about I've got the solution to your problem, make sure you phrase it as a new solution. The reason that's so important is you don't want to sell somebody on the same thing they already had. They already know that didn't work for them. But if you talk to them about a new opportunity, a new solution to their problem, then they're going to connect to you a lot better because they see this as an exciting new opportunity. So let's talk about the Epiphany Bridge secret number 6. It's on page 91 of the book. And this is one of the secrets, I think it's number 6 of 22 secrets. This is something that really connected with me. And my big takeaway from it is how to tell stories to sell, how to tell stories to connect with your audience. And so it's not so much that you're just trying to sell a product or service, but when you're sharing with someone your story of the challenge that you went through, which is the challenge they're going through, and then you talk to them about how you overcame that challenge and whatever that solution was, then people really connect with that because they say, okay, well, that's where I am now. I'm having that problem. I need that solution. And look, this guy, he's got the solution. He was right where I was, and crossed over that bridge. He had an epiphany, and he was able to get from one side to the other. And when you're talking about the Epiphany Bridge, and you really need to buy the physical book so you can look at the images and stuff like that inside of it. When you're using the Epiphany Bridge as part of storytelling, if you will, it's really important that you go to the point in your journey of where you had that epiphany. So for example, I was looking to invest in real estate. I wanted to start my own business. I didn't have any money. And I got an email from somebody that said I could get something like $100,000 in business credit, and it wouldn't show up on my personal credit report, and I could get it in 100 days or something like that. It was a pretty good hook. And this was a while ago that I had that, but that gave me an epiphany of, that could be the solution to my problem. What I did from there is I bought all these different courses on the topic of how to get money for your business. I ended up actually getting a lot of money for my business and creating my own real estate company and online marketing company many moons ago. And so that's how I overcame the challenge that I was going through. So sometimes I tell that story, but big piece of that is when I actually had that epiphany. What was it that got me excited about this new solution that can fix my problems? When you figure out what that is, you need to make sure you're including that inside of the story that you're sharing with your audience. What I like about the Epiphany Bridge, the whole concept, is you could use it whether you're doing a Facebook Live. You could use it just doing a Facebook post, a blog post. You could use it in your online advertising, even conversations that you might be having on a networking event, live events, webinars, whatever it is. If you could learn, which I'm still learning, I'm still trying to get better at, but if you can learn really how to tell these stories, how to use these secrets in connecting with your audience better, you're going to build that massive culture of people that are going to follow you online or even in person or on stage. And the better job that you can do of creating a following, the more sales that you're going to make, the more money you're going to make ultimately. So that was just a real brief overview of secret number 6. And there's 22 secrets in here, and no one's going to tell it better than the man himself. So I definitely recommend you get a copy of this book. You can get a free copy from the link that we have here down below. And let me know what you think of the book. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button, and please subscribe so you can get notified when the next video comes out.